helping students prepare for the real world. It's the goal of every teacher. Tonight, some local educators got some help to make that happen. We'll explain. And will Nevada cash in on congressional dollars by lowering the legal blood alcohol limit? Find out right now. 11 at 11 is next. Next on News 13, if you're expecting a page tonight, you might never get it. And a push to stop the cruel practice of dogfighting. 11 at 11 begins now.
From News 13 inside Las Vegas, this is News 13's 11 at 11.
If you have a pager, chances are it's not working tonight. A communications satellite spun out of control this evening, knocking out service to millions of pager customers across the country. As many as 90% of pager customers are without service tonight. Good evening, I'm Ken Hamilton.
And I'm Cathy Ray. Now, the communications satellite went out of control around 3:30 this afternoon. We understand it is still down this evening. News 13's Mark Martinez has the very latest.
That's a sound many of us won't be hearing for a while. Pagers throughout the valley and across the country are basically useless after a major communications satellite suddenly spun out of control Tuesday afternoon.
This really is like a lightning strike for us. Nothing like this has ever happened before.
But now that it has, it's left many people feeling out of touch.
Oh yeah. Because it's like my calling card, I'll be lost.
Several people we spoke with didn't even know their pagers weren't working, but all agreed pagers are their primary way of keeping in touch with others.
If the whole pager system's out, then we're pretty much out of luck, and we're going to find out about in the morning that it could be a major problem.
Well, they're going to have to communicate some other way, you know. So I think that's not good for us, you know.
Now, it's not known exactly how long this outage will affect pager customers, but it's going to be at least until tomorrow. Again, Cathy, it affects just about everyone in the valley right now, so it could be well into the hundreds of thousands. It all happened after a satellite called Galaxy 4, which is used to basically respond to ground-based satellites like this one, somehow spun out of control earlier this afternoon. Again, it's going to be at least until tomorrow. If you're not sure whether or not you have pager service, you might as well call your pager right now if you can and see if it's working so you'll know before tomorrow. Reporting live, I'm Mark Martinez, News 13 inside Las Vegas.
It could cause a lot of problems, Mark. Well, the Galaxy 4 satellite was launched back in 1993. Along with being the primary satellite for pager service, it also was used by TV stations to receive its programming. Still new tonight, Nevada is not likely to drop its blood alcohol limit.
And that means the state will not be eligible for special funding. Congress voted down a proposal yesterday that would force states to adopt blood alcohol standards of 0.08. However, states that do adopt the tougher standards will be rewarded financially. But Nevada lawmakers are not pushing for the change.
Now, do you guys have any checkpoints going on anytime for Memorial Day?
This weekend. A joint operation with Henderson PD.
Oh, okay.
On State Route 146.
Nevada's legal limit is 0.10. Also new tonight on 11 at 11, an effort to recall a North Las Vegas councilwoman has failed. Secretary of State Dean Heller sampled names on the recall petition for Paula Brown. Heller says a sampling of signatures indicates only 63% of the 2,734 signatures may be valid. And that's not enough to hold a special recall election. A group of citizens initiated the recall effort after police raided the business of Brown's husband. Dozens of local teachers are getting an opportunity to help their students in the real world.
They're the brand new recipients of this year's School to Work mini grants.
The easier we make that for everyone, not only the student, but the business person that's going to hire them, the better off we're going to be.
$600,000 funding dollars were distributed to 88 local teachers tonight. The money will be used to help to create programs to prepare students for the workforce. Meantime, the school district is hoping open forums will help keep parents informed about their youngsters' education. New tonight, parents met with school officials and lawmakers at the Hoggard Magnet School. Topics range from school accountability to summer classes and attendance laws. Parent night sessions are held several times throughout the year.
The cruel underground world of dogfighting is gaining popularity, and sadly, stolen pets are being used as bait. News 13's Robin Burke is live tonight at the Animal Foundation with more.
Ken, sometimes animals are even taken here and adopted and used as bait for these prize fighters. Dogfighting is a felony here, but it does happen like in every major city. In fact, we're told there are even championships on the east and west coasts. This is confiscated video from an organized dogfight. The two pit bull terriers are trained to bite down hard and not let go.
A real complicated, lengthy training procedure of being real mean to the dogs, sequestering them for 2 weeks alone with no human contact, bringing in your dog and cat as fresh training bait and executing them.
Reginald is an advocate for man's best friend. He says dogfighting is going on in record numbers in Los Angeles and growing fast among gang members. It brings in big money.
It's not just the illegal gambling, okay? It's the thirst for violence. Deals are made and the dogfighters are in every major city. You've got professional people, doctors and lawyers going to these things.
The U.S. Humane Society is trying to bring the public up to speed to look out for signs of dogfighting and turn people in. They're offering rewards of $2,500. And yes, it does happen in Las Vegas.
I know of 3 that were so bad that had to be put down because of their ears were ripped off. They were so bad they couldn't even walk.
Animal control and shelters don't see as many fighters as they do the less aggressive mixed breed pit bull that are often used for sparring.
And then the ones that are less aggressive, they do file their teeth down and use them as bait, so therefore they're either mauled or killed or just left to die.
Both dogs in this video fought to the death. The good news is their handlers went to jail for it. Now, you will be seeing these flyers around town pretty soon at pet food stores and other places. And if you do know of any dog fighting going on, your first step is to contact local police. Reporting live from the Animal Foundation, I'm Robin Burke, News 13 inside Las Vegas.
The reward is being offered through the Humane Society of the United States. If you'd like more information, you can call this number, 202-452-1100.
Another day of violence at a local bar ends in gunfire. What started as a fight between 2 brothers at Mickey's Q's and Brews ends with one of them being shot. He was treated and released from UMC. The shooting is under investigation tonight. Meantime, another suspect has been arrested in yesterday's deadly shooting at a Northwest Side bar. 25-year-old Salvatore Zendano was killed yesterday morning at the Oasis Bar and Grill. 19-year-old artist Londell Moore was arrested late yesterday, and 17-year-old Kenshawn Maxey is facing 12 counts in connection with murder.
Tonight, investigators are trying to determine just where a Pahrump student got materials to make a bomb. It's a story you'll see only on News 13. Authorities have taken the bag reportedly containing explosives to an ATF lab. A source close to the investigation says one of the ingredients in that bag was ammonium nitrate, and that is the same chemical used in the Oklahoma City bombing. The Pahrump 7th grader is in his parents' custody tonight while prosecutors review the case. Southern Nevada has one of the highest smoking rates in the nation, and now the tobacco industry wants your support.
Gone haywire, proposing the same old tax and spend.
Cigarette makers are trying to head off parts of a plan to tax and restrict the marketing of tobacco, and that's drawing criticism from health groups tonight. In today's Las Vegas Review-Journal and the Las Vegas Sun, the Heart Association fired back. The half-paid ad reads bluntly, "The more they lie, the more we die." Also tonight, a star-studded vigil at a church in California.
The invitation-only service was held in honor of the late Frank Sinatra, and that tops news inside the West tonight. Sinatra's favorite flowers, gardenias, were draped across his coffin, and some of his closest friends, Gregory Peck, Kirk Douglas, Don Rickles, and Wayne Newton, were among those who gathered to say goodbye. Old Blue Eyes will be buried tomorrow. Meantime, News 13 is told that Barbara Sinatra is still planning on being at the Mirage next Wednesday, May 27th. She'll be signing copies of her husband's cookbook, with all proceeds going to her children's center. 3 men convicted of murdering Oscar-winning actor Hang Noor are sentenced. The 3 were sentenced to long prison terms. One was given life without the possibility of parole. All 3 men say they did not rob and murder Noor. Noor won an Academy Award for Best Supporting Actor in The Killing Fields in 1984.
More nonstop news. 3 officers shot and killed in the line of duty, and that story tops our look at news inside America tonight. Police say in Tampa the gunman was about to be arrested in connection with the death of his son. That's when he killed 2 police detectives and a highway patrolman. He later took a hostage at a gas station where an officer shot and killed him. That hostage was not hurt. And gunfire at a Fayetteville, Tennessee high school has left 1 student dead, another facing murder charges tonight. Police say the gunman opened fire on campus, killing a fellow student. They have not yet determined a motive.
You may have to retire later than you want if you also want Social Security benefits. Lawmakers have drafted a plan to help save the crippled system. It raises the retirement age and shifts some taxes into personal savings accounts. Those in favor say it would help to guarantee that Social Security is available to all without raising taxes. House Speaker Newt Gingrich is launching another inquiry on the president. This time it surrounds the administration's dealings with China on missile technology. The speaker wants a special committee to investigate allegations that an aerospace company received special treatment from the administration on exports to China.
Wildfires burning in Mexico mean hazy skies and other problems for parts of the U.S. And that story tops our look at news inside the world tonight. 5 more firefighters died in Mexico today battling the blaze. Now the smoke is drifting into parts of Texas and New Mexico, creating a murky haze. Certain areas are under a health warning as a result tonight. Nearly 10,000 fires have burned 600,000 acres across Mexico this year. And daredevils from all over the world are vying for top honors.
This is incredible. Competitors in the world's bungee jumping contest are really getting some air. The Swiss Alps were the backdrop for this intense competition between 22 nations. Contestants are encouraged to show just how gutsy they are by jumping into that gorge. Look at that. A competitor from Italy took home the top honors. Wow. Speaking of getting some air, time now for your first forecast. News 13 Chief Meteorologist Ted Texter is in the Next Red Neighborhood Weather Center. Ted.
I'm still kind of confused how they score that, but I'm sure that Ron will be here to tell us about that. Outside right now, it's still fairly mild. We're in the 70s, mid-range, and we've got clear skies, lots of moonlight and starlight out there. 76, 75 maybe where you are, depending on how high or low you are. 65 by 7 in the morning, noontime 77. 4 p.m. 85. That'll be the top for the day. And by the way, we're looking forward to lots of sunshine throughout. Your complete forecast that'll take you into the middle of next week is coming up in just a bit. Ken and Cathy.
And Ron's here now with NBA playoffs. Looking good.
Yes, indeed. My scoring system, by the way, if you don't die of a heart attack, you win.
You win the bungee jump.
Here we go. We got NBA playoffs for you tonight. Dennis Rodman arrived at the game tonight wearing a leather jacket, a green leather jacket, flannel pajama bottoms, and wraparound sunglasses. Regular old Dennis stuff. He showed up late, only an hour before the start of the game. He was pulled from the starting lineup, but same result for the Bulls tonight. Jordan near the end of the first half. And the 5-time MVP steals the show with 41 points tonight, and the Bulls take this one by 6, and they now lead the series 2-0. NHL tonight, Detroit wraps up things against St. Louis. Scotty Bowman doesn't look real happy there, but he was indeed. Goals all over the place in this one. The Red Wings win at 6-1. They make the conference finals against Dallas, and Sergei Fedorov gets $12 million. That's a bonus because they made the conference finals. Coming up, McGuire goes nuts, big-time baseball for you, and Tark is headed to the Hall of Fame. Details coming up in 10. No more bungee jumping here.
All right. You're watching 11 at 11. It's 11 minutes of nonstop news, weather, and sports, but there's still much more to come.
He's big and he's back, and he's stomping into a theater near you. Coming up, we'll take you to the Godzilla premiere.
But first, imagine calling in sick to work whenever you feel like it. It is happening, and your tax dollars are paying for it. We'll tell you why in our Extra when News 13 Inside Las Vegas returns.
Taking you inside Las Vegas and wherever news happens. Ken Hamilton, Cathy Ray. This is News 13's 11 at 11.
This portion of News 13 Inside Las Vegas is brought to you by Pepsi.
When is the last time you called in sick?
If you work for the city of Las Vegas, chances are it was recently. In tonight's News 13 Extra, Contact 13 investigative reporter Angela Rodriguez uncovers sick time at City Hall.
We've all heard there are advantages to being a city worker. Well, Contact 13 has uncovered 37 of them. That's the average amount of days per year that city employees spend away from their jobs. The average American calls in sick about 5 days per year, that according to the United States Chamber of Commerce. But Contact 13 has learned workers for the city of Las Vegas call in sick nearly twice that much.
And if someone is sick, they're entitled to take sick leave.
The nearly 2,400 city workers use an average of 70.29 sick hours per year, nearly 9 days. County workers, by the way, average 6. Add 6 days to the average amount of vacation time and 12 paid holidays, and you'll find city workers off nearly 37 days out of the year. That means they work 10 months out of 12.
That's what our contracts are with our employees, and that's what our personnel policies are, yes.
That's okay.
Yes.
That your employees are only working 10 months out of the year.
Our employees are working the days that they're able to work and that we're contracted with for the employees to work.
Barton says the average also includes maternity leave and catastrophic illness. When Contact 13 asked how many employees are on maternity leave or have serious illnesses, we were told they don't separate that data. Combining the figures seemed to make things tougher for city officials to pinpoint sick leave abuse. But Contact 13 did discover 25% of city employees are off more than 100 sick hours per year. That's 7 days above the national average. And yes, you the taxpayers are paying for it. And just in case you're wondering about Channel 13's own sick time, the average Channel 13 employee uses 41 hours of sick time per year. Angela Rodriguez, News 13 inside Las Vegas.
If city and county workers don't use their allowable 13 days of sick time per year, it continues to add up. When workers retire, they're allowed to cash in the days not used.
Let me just add this about Channel 13 employees. Ron Futrell's worked here, what, 14 years? Has never had a sick day.
That's right, and he gets a cake at the Christmas party.
Yeah. He helps our
every
record
year because
here.
of that. Yeah. He gets 3 months vacation every, no, well, anyway. Yeah. Yeah, that's right, he's got 3 months vacation. You want to know about the weather?
Yeah.
And it's nice. It's going to stay nice, and let me show you what's going on outside. This with live Stratacam. I was told my ear, by the way, that Ron got 3 months vacation, and I hope for his sake that he does. Look outside, a beautiful night. There's moonlight and starlight, a great night. It's still fairly mild, and through the day tomorrow, we're expecting lots of sunshine. So because of that, and for what we see in the very near future, you probably know this already, but let me remind you, it's another indication of the changing season. We get kind of a semi-permanent low just about over us, a heat low because of the warm weather. And usually that sets up in the summertime, beginning to see that pattern beginning to set up. And so, for sure, not only are we looking at the holiday that kicks off the summer, but the weather pattern is beginning to change too. Flow from the south going south of us, flow from the north going north of us. We're in the middle, should stay that way. That means dry. Of course, I'm talking about moisture. We're very dry, should stay that way for the next few days, and in fact, right on into the middle of next week. We were up to 89, by the way, today, and that's normal. 65 is where we started off, a little above normal, and pretty much the same scenario throughout the day tomorrow. The front that's been in the vicinity will be pushing east very slowly, but moving away from us, so a southwest breeze will start to pick up throughout the day tomorrow and start to fill in the atmosphere behind that low, that front. So winds will be gusty once again, not terribly so, but maybe up to 35 miles per hour throughout the afternoon. And lots of sunshine is in store for us as well. So because of that, we want to caution you, the UV index is still in the high category, and with lots of sunshine, you want to take the necessary precautions because most of us are not used to the sun yet with the changing season coming up. Next Red Neighborhood forecast in detail, starting you off with what's going to happen throughout the rest of this nighttime. Whoops, I did it again. I forgot to show you this map. 85 at McCarran tomorrow, Boulder City, 87. Okay, now we go into the forecast. About 64 to 65 for the overnight low. Scattered clouds, southwest wind, simmering down now. Sunshine through the day tomorrow, high of 85. Southwest breezes that could be gusty at times. Clear into the nighttime, 60 for the overnight low. We start to cool off a little bit, at least for the next couple of days, as that front has swept through now. And really not cooler air, but a little bit less hot air, let's put it that way, moves on in. So you see the high on Thursday up to 80, but then we rebound into the weekend. The holiday weekend looks great.
All right.
Beautiful.
Ron Futrell does not get 3 months of sick time.
I was kidding.
Okay.
I was kidding.
Contact 13 has brought some concerns of pool building to light.
But are some of the measures now being taken to protect consumers going too far? We'll tell you what some contractors have to say when we come back.
Plus, they're supposed to keep your children safe, but a popular car seat is under recall because of a dangerous defect. Details when 11 at 11 comes back.
Ted Texter's Next Rad Neighborhood Forecast is endorsed by the American Meteorological Society.
Here's some important information tonight. 30,000 car seats are being recalled.
Pieces of those car seats, we're told, can separate, leading to potential danger. The Evenflow 2-in-1 car seats are affected by the recall. The models can be identified by the numbers 636 and 637. Owners can call 1-800-985-SEAT for a free replacement.
And if you're thinking of building a pool to cool down this summer, there are some new laws on the books to help protect you, the consumer. The county's new ordinances require pool contractors to undergo extensive background checks and fingerprinting. But Contact 13 has learned an association representing pool contractors is suing the county in response. The Southern Nevada chapter of the National Spa and Pool Institute argues the law is unconstitutional because it imposes a greater burden on pool contractors.
For the second time in just over a month, Mark McGwire connects for more than one home run. We'll find out just how many next.
And how many angry baseball players can you fit into a dugout?
Wow.
Ron's up next with the answer when News 13 continues.
You gotta break it up. This portion of News 13 Inside Las Vegas is brought to you by the Spa at the Desert Inn Resort.
Now, News 13's Inside Sports with Ron Futrell.
Well, hi again, everybody. It looks like the value of my 1984 U.S. Olympic baseball signed by Mark McGwire keeps going up. You know, McGwire merchandise is going to go through the roof if this guy continues to hit home runs like this. Look at this. How about a home run tonight for McGwire? Going nuts against the Phillies. There's home run number 1 in the game. That's 402 of his career. McGwire, Mark the Mauler going for a double shot. Pounds this one.
Off the facing of the...
Not bad. Let's try one more. How about 3 home runs on the night? This one up into the triple deck there. It makes 20 on the season, and he moves to 25th on the all-time home run list. Cards win 10-8. Hold on to that McGwire merchandise. Other games in the National League for you. The Cubs are 3 better than the Dodgers. Brewers top the Giants. Pittsburgh snaps San Diego's 5-game win streak. Montreal beats Houston. The Mets take a pair today against the Reds, and mayhem hits the Bronx, folks. Tonight between the Yankees and Orioles, Armando Benitez plunks Tino Martinez on the back with a pitch. Both teams empty their dugouts. It looks pretty calm at first. Sort of calm. Then Scott Brocious gets into it a little bit. Darryl Strawberry throwing some punches in there. And then you take your pick. Just about everybody gets into it. This battle eventually goes into the dugout where Yankee manager Joe Torre had to contain Strawberry. There they go in the dugout. The Yanks win the game, by the way, in case you care, 9-5. Looking at the rest of the American League for you, Angels win in 10. Texas takes one in the ballpark. Cleveland with 16 runs on the road. Minnesota 8-3 over Detroit. Toronto whips Tampa Bay, and the White Sox over the Red Sox in Fenway Cashman Field tonight. How about you make the call? Ted, are you ready for it? You ready for it? You make the call since you talked about my 3 months of vacation. Creighton Gubinich hits one for the Stars off the 328 sign. What is it, a home run or just a hit, Ted? What do you think? It hit that sign. Come on.
Home run.
You say home run. Well, let's see. It actually is just a long single.
Oh.
That's it. The ball stayed in the ballpark. Ted,
with basketball.
How many times are you going to make fun of my vacation? I wish I had 3 months vacation.
You deserve 3 months.
Oh, thank you, Ted. Vancouver wins 9-4, by the way. Final game of the homestand is tomorrow. Hey, the first year, David Hum was the only inductee into the Southern Nevada Sports Hall of Fame. This year, they've got an entire list of people going in. Leading the way, former Rebel basketball coach Jerry Tarkanian, coached the Rebels for 19 seasons, won a national championship, took the Rebels to 3 Final Fours in 5 years. Recently, Tark won his long battle with the NCAA. He's had his jersey retired at UNLV, but here's the induction for you. You got Tarkanian going in. You got the 77 Rebel basketball team, Bill Wildcat Morris, a longtime football booster, Sheila Tarr, track athlete at UNLV. Also, Lee White in there, former football player here in town, and then went to the NFL, and Angelo Collis, longtime district official here, and they're excited about this induction coming up. By the way, the golf tournament will take place 12 noon, Pine Valley Golf Club. This will be Friday. The induction banquet will take place 6:30 at the Las Vegas Hilton Hotel, and ought to be rather interesting. They're doing this again, second year they've done this, and ought to be a lot of fun to see them put all this together. And the proceeds all go to charity, so that's the nice part.
That's great. Ron, thanks.
And we're coming right back.
Moms, it's 7 in the morning. It'll be about 65 degrees, and we're expecting a mild, sunny day up to 85, so dress the kids appropriately. Ken and Cathy.
All righty. Well, you might have heard his footsteps, or perhaps the phrase, size does matter.
Well, Godzilla has stomped into the valley. Godzilla made its debut in the valley tonight. Luckily, the monster is out to conquer New York City, not Las Vegas. The movie opens at theaters all around town this Friday.
Kids are driving me crazy.
Driving you bananas,
Bananas,
so to speak.
yeah. And that does it for this edition of 11 at 11. Thank you so much for being with us.
See you back here tomorrow on News 13 Inside Las Vegas.
Closed captioning brought to you by Pioneer Citizens Bank of Nevada.